Hey guys, welcome to The Dream, the number one podcast, soon coming to you.
My name is Marquise Watson. Got Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Alej Jabari. As many of you know who I am, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been at it since I'm 16. I'm 22 now. And right now, this podcast is my way of helping people who've, helped me get where I am, and as well as sharing life experiences to someplace or somewhere to show someone that it can be done. Because it doesn't really matter where you are in the world or what you're doing, because you can always be grateful for what you have, because someone else in the world is always, doesn't matter who it is like, or like what that person's situation is going to be like wishing that their situation might just be exactly like yours, right? Just think of like someone who doesn't have a house, someone who doesn't have a car, someone who doesn't have food on the table, someone who's homeless, someone who gets like dropped off on the street, or like, their parents don't love them, or the orphan, things like that, right? And you're like, oh my god, I hate my parents. My parents didn't give me this for Christmas. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean your parents didn't get you this Christmas? I mean, they got you something for Christmas. I mean, that shows that they loved you. But I'm just stating that because, like, holidays are right around the corner, and, it's like New Year's. It's like we have 365 opportunities to actually, like, do what we want to do. And like all these people aren't even like starting work. And like all my friends, well, not all my friends, but like some of my friends in my Snapchat are just like, oh fuck, I gotta work on New Year's, I gotta do all this shit. Yeah, dude, you gotta fucking work on New Year's because it's your fucking job, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why would you take it? Just be a home bum, like get fucking welfare and just sit there and not do anything. But it's like don't quit, because like you're gonna suffer maybe now, but I'm saying in the future you're gonna be like way above like what you would ever believe, because God has like greater things, and like, or like whatever ultimate being or whatever you believe in essentially has this ultimate purpose for you. And that's like one thing we want to do this podcast about. And is like many of you know, or like the ones who like see my Instagram post, like when I was like releasing this, I said we're gonna have like millionaires, billionaires, and as well as like small business owners, supermodels. Like we'll have like rappers, artists of like all kinds. Like either like be it like a video creator or some sort of like drawing, or even like photography. It's just because everyone's opinion kind of matters, and all these like aspects of life apply to everything, right? Like one of the things I do in business, I'm a consultant, and I consult, and it's like I can say that I can proudly consult on mainly almost any industry, because I've met so many people, I've absorbed all these life experiences, because everything like anyone tells you matters. You have to listen. You can't just drone off and just like listen to people when it matters to you.
Yeah. Well, you took a little bit more serious approach to it.
Yeah.
But my name is Marquise Watson. Like Ale was saying that he wanted to use this podcast as helping others. Me, I'm learning from Ale, so I'm using this podcast to bounce any questions that I have throughout the week to this guy, because this guy going to be the GOAT one day, I think. And I'm just gonna have fun. We're both gonna have fun. This is not like a really serious podcast. That's what I'm getting off of. But basically, we're just gonna kind of kick back, bounce ideas off each other, bounce and have guests in so we can bounce off ideas. Because I think Ale is gonna be teaching me, and then also learning from the other guests, or learning from their experiences or whatever. And I'm just gonna sit back and learn, and hopefully this podcast will help other people learn too. But that's it, really. My name is Marquise Watson. Going back to the beginning, I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. Got a couple things working. So far, I have a clothing line called Club April Clothing that I started maybe a year and a half ago, and then working on an app, and then just working on other ventures. Just trying to get my bread, my wheat, my whole grain, But that's about it, man. I mean, we're just gonna sit here and then just kind of have a conversation, Did you have anything in mind?
Yeah, like right now, like you were just talking about that bread, that cheese, the good old green paper with that the Ben Jackson. But I don't really think Ben Jackson's just Benjamins, bro. Benjamins. It's all about the Benjamins. But you know, like I want this to be an educational podcast. Like I've learned, and I'm consistently learning. You know, I literally watch maybe like educational videos, or I read books. Like one of the books that I'm reading right now is Sell It Like Sirhan. This dude is literally one of the best salesmen in the world. He has a couple steps, you know, like the 3 F's, which is the follow through, the follow up, and the follow back, which is pertains to like all sales, and which is something that you have to keep a relationship with your clients. Doesn't matter what you do, or like, it's people have this mentality. It's like, oh, like these people, like, oh, they have to give me my money. They have to like, they have to do this, and they have to do everything because one thing Ryan Serhant said is like, if you're not looking to better these people's lives, and maybe you know what, like 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever the long run you want these people to be your client, like break the fucking mirror because you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you aren't yourself. You're just this like cold robot, which I feel is what is like society right now. So I'm not gonna get too much into that, but it's like, but you know, it's like have emotions. People are always afraid to like show emotions, especially like in business. Like the most successful people you're gonna see are the most passionate. If you don't have passion, and like I said earlier, there's people who are just complaining about their day jobs or whatever it is, you're not gonna get anywhere, right? You're just gonna sit there. You're gonna be content with some shitty ass paycheck, and you're gonna be a cuck wage essentially, right? So you're gonna sit there and you'll live off a wage of, let's say, you know, 30 to 75,000 or however much dollars, and you're always gonna be like, oh my god, why don't I have that, or why don't I have this? But it's it's not about monetary goals. It's about like, hey, how happy are you, right? You're the only person who can make you happy. Either, okay, money, yeah, money makes people happy for sure, but so many things that we can get into, and you know, this is just an intro podcast, so it's kind of it's gonna be for sure, like, stay with me, guys. Like, this is gonna be a little bit all over the place, but you know, it's gonna be quality information. I'm gonna try and keep it, you know, like as condensed as possible, and make sure like everything resonates off each other, so you know we can have a kind of like a clear message. But for right now, I think, you know, like we jumped off a bunch of topics of what we really want to talk about, but I think one topic we can kind of get into is like why me and like Marquise like both wanted to become entrepreneurs. For me, I was 16. Like I started off super young. That's about 6 and a half years ago. I saw like job market was turning to shit. It's still right now. And
wait. I'm sorry. How old are you now?
22.
22?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just never knew.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just that dude who just does stuff. But but yeah, I'm 22 again. And you know, like I was 16. I saw the job market, and I was like, wow, it's kind of dwindling. You know, college degrees don't matter. Job skills matter more than anything else. So, you know, I was like, okay, still pretty young, you know, I like got mentored by my dad. You know, I literally watched a shit ton of Shark Tank. You know, you start anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's the right thing, wrong thing, but you know, I was like, you know, I was idolizing like David Johnson, Mark Cuban, and like all those people. And like one thing to like branch off that is like David Johnson like posted a video on LinkedIn. He's saying like, back to the thing about I said New Year's, like all these people complaining. It's like, okay, you're doing your job and you're going home. Maybe you have to see your family. Maybe you have to do all this stuff. Or, you know, you're just going to like waste time. And it's like, why are you bored? Like, just like focus on your craft. Even if you don't have a craft, focus on yourself, right? Like better your knowledge. Do something with your time. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, I'm so bored. Like, what do I do? Like, what do you mean, what do you do? Just do something you enjoy, or find something that you enjoy. It doesn't have to cost money. There's a lot of things in this world that are for free. Like, nature is free. Go enjoy the world. Go step outside. Don't be like a couch potato all the time. You know, explore the world. Activate your brain cells. Get those electrolytes up.
Did you shit, I forgot what I was about. Oh, did you do you have cause you were saying like how people say like they're bored and they don't know how to do anything, and then I get a lot of questions like, all right, I get a lot of people saying they don't know how to make a little side money, and I'm thinking like there's plenty of ways to make just a little chump change here and there. Like what I like to do is go on Craigslist in the free section, just go through it, see if there's anything valuable, or go to the thrift store, either buy stuff for the thrift store or go on Craigslist, look for free stuff. If it's valuable, email the whoever's selling it or giving it away. Like, hey, is this still available? Be like, yes or no. To say yes, okay, pick it up. and then I list it up on OfferUp, eBay, something like that. That's like $5 or $10 or $20 depending on what it is in my pocket, and that's easy money from there and there on. So do you have anything like that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff, but also I want to go off that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a great idea. There's a lot of free stuff that people don't know the value of, right?
Yeah.
People are like, oh, how do you make all this money? How do you do all this stuff? It's because you have to be able to find value in something that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Or something that people know about, but you know how to do something really well. So, like, going off that, like, side hustle stuff is, like, what I do when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when I was, like, 17, 18, like, 19, I would always find these, like, small things, right? Like, some things you guys don't know is, like, you can do anything on a laptop or a phone.
Right.
Like, I would take surveys, and I'd make, like, $500 or $600 like, a week.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're saying $500 or $600, but yeah, that's, like, maybe I'm working, like, 50, 60 hours, you know?
That's still, I mean,
So, like, people are like, oh, 50,
lot.
60 hours, but people are like, oh, no, I want to be a millionaire, like, right now. Dude, you have to work small, and big will come to you.
Mm-hmm.
The people are just like, oh, I just want big. I want big. Then big will never come. Because if you never know how to handle small, you'll never know how to handle medium. You'll never know how to handle big. And it's just all these things that people just don't know. And, like, it's all mindset, in my personal opinion. It's, like, you can look at all the inspirational quotes on Instagram, right? So, like, here, like, I have, like, a page pulled up right now just because, like, I wanted to rip some off just so, like, people can, like, know and, like, what they feel like. What, like, the images, like, behind it. So it's like, you know, one says, like, I'm not done yet. The other one says, like, keep your head, Champa. They'd kill to see you fall. That's true. Like, a lot of people are, like, bad juju. Most definitely. You know, there's people who probably, like, don't like me, who see my Instagram posts, or, like, you know, when I'm, like, posting about my company or anything else, or, like, oh, like, fuck this guy, right? Egotistical. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get the word out there, you know? And, like, I've been posting, like, referral things, right? Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, if you have any business clients, Viral Dreams does 10% referrals, right? Say there's a $10,000 contract, that means $1,000 coming your way. But it's not monthly, that's just one time. It's one time.
Yeah, make sure you clarify that.
Yeah, it's one time. One time
and
get out.
People blowing up my DMs saying,
Yeah,
like...
one time get out. Yeah. You know, just a little plug there. But yeah, that's like one of the things, right? It's just people are just like, they just want big, you know, they're just like, oh, like, I want it like him, right? I want his life. I want to win the lottery. Yeah, cool. You can, like, you know, lottery's at 700 million or whatever. If it is, I don't know what it is right now. But say if it's like at 1.6 billion again, right? Hell yeah, I'm gonna go play. Cause what are the chances you're gonna get to possibly get like an easy ticket for like $2-3 for like 1.6 billion, right? So why not? Yeah. But I'm saying, like, if I win or lose the money, I'm not gonna be mad, right? I'm not gonna throw a hissy fit. I'm not gonna go on Twitter. I'm not gonna go on my Snapchat and be like, fuck this shit. Like, I should have never bought it. It's a waste of money. No, like, it's the same thing as, like, people would say, like when I tell people I have no regrets in life, right? So when you have no regrets in life, they're like, did you not do anything stupid? And I was like, no, I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life.
But you learn from it, right?
Yeah, I learned from it. 'Cause I take those as lessons, and that's one thing I want for this podcast is I want it to be a lesson for people, right? I want to teach people my life experiences so that they don't have to make those mistakes. So it's like, for me, I want this to kind of, you know, like, fuck those guys selling econ class and shit.
Oh, yeah,
it's like, yo, buy my shit. I'll make you a millionaire in a month. No, that shit's not gonna happen because you don't know what you're doing, right? You don't even know what step 1 is. They're throwing you into step 22 out of a billion, and you don't have the consistency. You don't have the knowledge. So then, if you don't have the consistency and the knowledge, how are you gonna keep up with, you know, these Shopify stores, or, you know, these, like, social media marketing agencies, if you don't know how to do all this stuff? And especially, like, oh, they're like, oh yeah, like, follow my social media marketing thing.
What would be, sorry to cut you off, but what would be,
go ahead.
If you had to give someone, like, you just met someone on the street, and, like, they're like, give me some advice, step 1.
Literally, just find out who you are first, right? You can't do anything if you don't know who you are. So if you're, like, this jumbled up person, which, you know, like, I was as a kid because I had a lot of shit happen to me, but not, like, you know, like, family shit, or, like, you know, it's like, you know, just people and stuff, you know, like, bullying, society sucks, whatever. But that's not something to dwell on, but it's, like, things like that. So if I met some random dude on the street, I ask him, like, what do you want in life, right? Like, what do you want?
What do I want in life? Financial freedom, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's actually a goal. Because people are like, oh, I want to make $1 million. Okay, that's not a goal. You just want money.
Yeah.
Right?
There's an end game to that, you know?
Yeah, so if you say 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, In 5 years, I want to be making $1 million a year. That's a fucking goal, right?
Right.
But if you're saying, hey, I want $1 million, that's not a goal. That's just you fucking wanting something.
Yeah, I feel like financial freedom is more of a, it can fluctuate, because as your expenses go up, your income can go up. So I feel like saying financial freedom is a more of a long term, forever financial freedom. Because if you have $1 million, that could easily run out pretty fast. But if you have financial freedom for whatever you're doing,
yeah.
keep going.
Because you have to, you have to be like financially smart. And people are always like, oh, I don't have money, I don't have to do this. It's like, I'm sorry, you really suck at your finances.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault, but it's like, whose fault it is, it's yours. It's like a lot of things people make excuses, right? I told someone, I was like, I had a meeting, and he was like, oh, like, you didn't tell me it was like this. And I was like, well, it's not my fault that you decided to fucking waste your time till the last second, and you have to like rush and all this stuff and like possibly be late. It's like that's the thing is like in life, like life is hard, right? Life isn't easy, so like through this journey, like we'll like probably get like a lot cleaner with this shit. But we're just gonna be we're just talking right now. It's just like for me, I can kind of use this as like a diary and kind of like listen back, but there's like a lot of lessons, right, that like can be taught and things like that. Like he said, it's like what would I tell someone if I just met them on the middle of in the middle of the street? There was like, hey, like I'm sorry for Instagram or something, or like like I heard from you, or like it's a referral, or like they saw me speak at a seminar, which like by the way, guys, doing seminars coming soon. But yeah, so and also you have to be super confident in yourself. You have to like at the end of the day, you have to know who you are, right? It doesn't matter what people say to you. It doesn't matter what people think of you. As long as you know what you think of you, nothing else in nothing else in the world matters. So like you could be just like say like you're a little bit overweight, like people kind of like you, or like you're kind of nice to people, and like you're nice to this one person and other people mean to you, because like they're jealous. You're like, oh, like this person's gonna steal my friends, or like whatever it is, or like you're in a workplace, you're the new guy, people want to like bully you, but you're like killing it, or like the boss loves you, but like you're like you have a rival and that guy's like a dickhead or whatever. As long as you're the shit. Yeah, you're king shit. Fuck everyone else. Do what you want to do, and then just do it. It's like that's simple. It's like just do it. And people always like this going back to like when someone asks me is like what would be your best advice, and people are like, how do you do it? And it's like the only reason or like saying that I can say back is like, how do you not? Because everyone thinks like I'm special. No, dude, I'm just a normal dude who just works hard as shit.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, whatever you want to do, you just gotta go do it. Because I know a lot of people, because I'm a person that would just go ahead and go do it, and then see what happens, wait it out, and then if it flops, it flops. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and just keep running with it. But I think that's just a normal thing. But I'm talking to like a lot of people, and they just said they really don't want to do it. Like they just don't do it at all. Like they have the idea, they have these like golden ideas, but they just don't do it. And they kind of come to me to see if I can help them with it. I'm like, I'll help you with it, but I'm not gonna carry the tote or the weight of it. I'm not gonna do that because I got my own shit to do, and it's just better. For me, it's a better feeling if I do it on my own. I might take a little help here and there, but I think if I'm able to say, hey, I did this, then that's a better feeling for me. That's why I try to tell people, like, just go ahead and go do it yourself, But
yeah, it's that feeling of self-fulfillment. I feel like that's what a lot of people need, and like what people kind of look to others to find is that like self-fulfillment. And people always like that offer I came to you maybe like two months ago roughly. Like we did the whole contract thing. I gave you the tools, and it's like I told you guys from the beginning, like I'm not gonna do shit for you, right? Like it's for you. Like I told you guys specifically that was a learning experience, and I wanted you to learn, right? Like a lot of you maybe like you built whatever you were supposed to do, and like maybe some of you guys just took those lessons that I gave you and just applied it to your own grind. So it's everyone is your friend, right? Not everyone. A lot of people are dickheads. Don't quote me on that, please God. But I would not be here if I did not have the people that I have behind my back. Like you know who you are, like those close homies. You know who you are. I love you guys. You're the squad. But you know, you need a team. You can't do shit by yourself, right? You can be a one-man team for so long, and then you're gonna plateau. That's why, like, I want to share my life experiences. I want to share other people's life experiences. And I said before, I'm gonna have like small business owners, right? Yeah, small business owners, right? Because their opinion fucking matters. It doesn't mean you just gotta get the millionaires, the billionaires, like the people who are like in it. Those people, those experiences are cool, right? But everyone else's experiences are different. About like I think like 50 to 60% maybe of like American businesses are small businesses. Like
I think it's like a small like 10% is actually like corporate.
Yeah. So you're only gonna hear the big, you know, like mega Goliaths, like, you know, like EY, Apple, like Microsoft, Dell, all these like public companies, right? You're not gonna hear like about BioCorp, BioNTech, you know, like Pacific Coast or whatever. You're not gonna hear about all these little companies because, you know, either if you're not in that niche of that realm of like business, or you're just you know, you're just kind of like your own little hole in the wall and you're just doing life and you're just doing your own thing. That's cool too. I mean, you can be super happy, but it's like for this, we kind of just want to target it towards, you know, like people who are trying to like make something themselves, but also it's just for people who want to learn. It doesn't matter what age you are, right? Like, I'm talking to my friend's dad, and he loves talking to me. He was telling me, you know, he's like learning everything that he's absorbing, and he's like, I don't know, I think it's like 50, 55, something like that. Sorry, Mr. W. I know you're probably gonna listen to this, but I don't. Yeah, it's like it's the same thing. It's like you're old or you're young. You know, you still teach an old dog to like hunt, but you know it's just gonna take a little bit longer. It doesn't matter if you're like 16 years old, 15 years old, 12-year-old, and you know you're sitting there. You know you're seeing all these dudes on Instagrams, like these Instagram influencers, or you know these businessmen, or like, you know, you have these dreams. You know, you want to wear nice suits, wear nice watches, drive nice cars. All this stuff is achievable. It truly is, and one thing is like what I want to do is I want to expand my network. You know, I want to have people either, you know, like hit me up to come on here and talk. Like, I don't really care who you are, like what you do. I want to hear your life experiences. I want you to come here and talk, but it's like, but also I want you to be serious about this. Like, I want people, you know, who are listening to this to be like very serious. And you know, I have a saying, right? If you fuck with me, I'll make sure I'll hook you the fuck up. Like, one of my best friends is kindergarten, Chris, you know, love you, dude. But he told me, you know, like, I saw his, like, New Year's resolution tweet, and I was like, I hit him up. I was like, yo, buddy, because he, like, wanted to open a business. And I was like, dude, I'll help you, right? And, like, all these things. And, you know, also alongside with, like, you know, being able to help people, like entrepreneurs, you know, like Marquise here and stuff like that, or like mentoring people, or like whatever it is. But also, I want to teach people like what it means to like brand yourself, right? So for me, I've branded myself as that guy who does like business, right? Like, I'm just a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur, like, and I have a guy for like everything, and a lot of people know that. So usually I get like a skew of text a day. It's like, hey, like, can you like help me with this or whatever this is? And then that's just where I've put myself in that realm of reality.
Right.
So if you put yourself in that mindset, you can achieve it, right? So like I said before, I have a speaking engagement in like a couple weeks, right? I put it out there, right, in the universe. Not really, you know, the universe. Yeah, I'm not like, in that spiritual guru shit.
If you speak it, it'll come somewhere.
Yeah, I was like talking about it. I was like, yo, I told my mom, I was like, I want to do speaking. You know, I feel like I'd be really good at it. You know, I have a lot of things to share. I have a lot of experiences. You know, I've been all around the world. I've done all this crazy stuff. I feel like a lot of people can relate to. And also, I like a lot of stuff. So, you know, I'm just like this guy of like a jack of all trades. But, you know, I've been like, you know, hunt down this meeting. And then, you know, what came out of it, it's like, you know, now I get to like hopefully like talk every quarter. And then also now I have like another speaking engagement that I can like possibly like get clients off of. So that's like 2 speaking engagements. But like one is just, you know, to like sales guys for like, you know, for this firm that I know. And then another one is hopefully, you know, I'll be able to get clients off it. And one is like, you know, informational based, you'll be able to share. And then, you know, it's like if you're like a nice guy, you know, nice guys win, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you don't get the chicks. I was like, no, you win at fucking life.
Yeah.
That's the goal. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll have like that. I don't want to get into relationships because that's a tricky topic.
It's okay though. But like you were saying, jack of all trades. What would be your top 3 trades you think? Like what's if you had 3 skills that you could use for the rest of your life, what is it?
Sales, consulting,
Mm-hmm.
business development.
Business development. Which one did you start out with?
I started out with wanting to be a management consultant.
Okay.
So.
Did you ever get into the social media? Oh, I guess that's.
Yeah. No. We do that right now.
Yeah.
Hey, quick plug in Vile Dreams. Best social media agency, marketing agency, media agency, whatever you want, we'll do it. We'll do your website security. Let's go.
How did you get into Viral Dreams? So you invited me into Viral Dreams, which I appreciate the opportunity to be a graphic designer. But how did you come up with the idea of Viral Dreams?
Okay, I love this story. I love telling this story. Okay. So, it was like some Sunday in November, right?
Okay.
3 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I absolutely could not sleep. I just had this idea. Boom. Right? Light in my fucking head. Like magic. Just like, fairy dust, unicorn farts, everything. So, and then I had this idea, and I was like, holy shit, right? Boom. I set it up. I get a Facebook page. I buy the domain name. I was like, I put a mental note. I was like, yo, tomorrow I'm getting like the business license. I'm doing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sick as shit thing is, 6 p.m. that day, right? Like I wake up there and I do my workout home.
Mm-hmm.
Just chilling on the couch. I get a phone call from my, marketing guy, John. Who's like the senior marketing advisor. I feel like that's what his title is. Sorry if I butchered it. Sorry, it's hard to remember. I'm like a very busy man. I hire a lot of people, but I'm on the phone call with this guy. He's like, what's up? And he's like, he didn't even know about the company at this point. This is back to how I branded myself, guy of all business, all jack of trades. He's like, hey, I'm talking to this guy, who is like a family friend. He has business and he wants to get like marketing and like website done. He's like, can you do it? And I just told him like what I did. He's like, it's fucking perfect.
That is perfect. That's good timing.
That's literally, yeah.
It's just like the universe working in your favor too.
Yeah, you literally just gotta set up. Like if you put like good juju out there,
mm-hmm.
good juju is gonna come back. Just don't put bad juju. Bad juju is bad. Don't be an asshole. All right, kids. If you're listening to this, be a nice person. But that's literally what it is. It's amazing. Like if you just tell people, it's like vegan, right? You gotta be that annoying vegan guy who says, "Hi, my name is blank. I'm a vegan."
Uh-huh.
Right? But the thing is, I'm not saying like, oh, like, hi, I'm a businessman, right? No, right? You I like to say is you want to plant your seeds of dominance, right? You want to sprinkle your seed everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Non creepy way. Thank you very much. But that's what you want to do in business and life, right? You want to tell people what you do. You want to be this guy. That's how you brand yourself, right? That's how you do this vision. And
do you go to a lot of networking events?
Dude, I love networking events, honestly. Like, I went to this one networking event recently, and this other guy who kind of, like, did what we do at Viral Dreams. Because I like, my other companies, I don't need to network for, right? Because my other companies are self-sufficient, and they just run themselves.
Right.
So, like, like, data mining and investment. Those just run themselves. I have, like, programs. It's like, this is, like, my new, like, passion project, my baby, right? So, like, I'm going to head this one, and I'm going to, like, pound it into the ground. I'm going to make sure people know who the fuck I am. So it's like I go to network events and I tell people all this stuff and they're like, holy shit, how do you do all that? And I was like, I just do. That's like the thing. It's like, and they're like, what do you do for fun? I was like, I like to go shooting. I like to do anime. I jump off like, well, I don't jump off cliffs, but I like, skydive, squirrel dive, squirrel suits, stuff's awesome. It's like low altitude, like 3,000 foot jumps, things like that. I'll go deep sea diving. I love deep sea diving. Like my most recent time I went deep sea diving was maybe like a couple 100 meters out in Hawaii, and I was swimming with like rainbow trout, like 3 to 6 foot, and like just like giant ass turtles. It was cool as shit. And like my mom was telling me, she was super afraid. Like someone fucking ate me, because she would only see like my head pop up, and like I'd go back down for like couple minutes. And I come back up, or like she wouldn't even see my snorkel because you can't really see it. Like a couple 100 meters out, she would just see my head out. It was like when I was like tired, and I would just like swim back or something like that. But yeah, it's like you just gotta love like all these things. You know, like I love to work out, and one cool thing is like I used to be a PT.
Good.
Like that's one thing that I did like to make money. To like start up. I literally sold like workout plans.
You were telling me this.
Yeah, I sold workout plans for like $200-300. That's like the easiest fucking money there is. For 14 sheets of paper for $200.
Yeah.
Bro, you can buy like maybe what is it like $5-6 for like a pack of paper and then like a printer for that much, and then boom, you paid your expenses and then it's just profit from there on, and you have a laptop. I'm pretty sure, or you know you just go to a library. It's free. Did you know that libraries are free and they exist? They're there for your resources and your brain. But you know, it's literally that easy, right? And it's like literally Google. You probably, if you don't know anything about fitness, I wouldn't recommend doing it because then you know you probably just reverse image search or reverse search all the words if you just copy and pasted some dude's program on there, and then you don't have to deal with copyright issues if you get sued and stuff like that. But that's like literally what it is. It's just you gotta have a hustle on a hustle on a hustle on a side hustle.
Right.
It's like of course you wanna. No one's gonna be able to be a jack of all trades like me, right? Like, I'm just that, like, freak of nature who's just loves a lot of stuff.
Right.
But for people, it's, you know, you, like I said, like, earlier, you gotta find what your trade is, right? You gotta find your craft in a way that, you know, like, something you love, right? Like I said, like, find yourself. Like, like, when I come to, like, say, like, a sales pitch, right? I ask people, like, what do you want? It's like, what do you want from life? Like, what do you, like, how can I make your, like, if you can't make someone's life better in the next 2 to 3, 4 years, or a year, 6 months, or whatever it is, however long you're doing business, why are you doing business? Like, what are you doing?
Right. Shit, yeah. I feel you though.
I feel that, and I feel like there's honestly like a lot more to come, guys. You know, this one, like, we kind of planned out. We were gonna do like 35 minutes. You know, we're at the about 32-minute mark right now. You know, we'll kind of just talk here, and, you know, I feel like I've been blabbing on for a little bit. You know, I'm going to let Marquise, you know, like, throw some stuff out there. I'll hydrate real quick, and then, you know, we'll see what happens.
All right, well, he went on a little bit of spill, but, like I said, I'm just learning from this guy, so I'm just letting him talk, and, I'm just learning from him. But I've been thinking a lot lately. I've been paying close attention to Netflix lately. Have you been noticing anything different about Netflix this past couple months?
What do you mean? Like their like their posting platform? Stock price?
No, they're
just like
how they
user growth.
They're how many big names they're putting in their films.
Oh, yeah, like the dumbass Bird Box movie?
Yeah, Bird Box.
Dude,
and
if you watch Bird Box, you're a sheep. I'm sorry.
I watched it before the hype, and it wasn't.
Bro, it looked like trash.
It was.
I watched Quiet, and I was like, the fuck? I was like, Quiet is hype. Like, you can't talk or it gets you. This one, you can't see or it gets you. That's a clear ripoff.
Bird Box was good, but it wasn't as good as the hype.
Yeah, people hype that shit up. I just like the memes.
They hyped it way up.
I like the memes. It's like when someone's calling you, but you can't see it.
But Netflix, they've been getting a lot of big names, and then in the past, I'm always like, how's Netflix keep getting like these big loans, and then because the growth of their users can't be like blowing out the roof, because really people are just.
It's gonna plateau at a point.
Huh?
I said it's gonna plateau at a point.
Yeah, it's gonna eventually plateau at a point. If not now, or it's just slowly getting to that point. Because people are just using other people's accounts, or it's just at a point where everyone that wants Netflix at this point now already has.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, why do they keep getting? Because it used to be in the past, like, you have like a mid-range name of an actor in their movies, but now they get into these big names. And I'm thinking, like, why would they do that? Like, what's their goal? And then what I think is what they're doing is, I would say, end of 2019, because they have this Ben Affleck movie coming out in March. I think the bottom of 2019 or early 2020, they're gonna start hitting theaters with their movies.
I feel that. No, there's one movie that they're releasing. It's like select theaters. So I feel like this is what I've noticed also, because you know I've paid close attention to Netflix because you know I've invested in the stock. Or I've played their options and stuff like that. So Also, yeah, one thing is like we can have topics is like, maybe one week we'll talk about like a business, we'll talk about Apple or like our thoughts on like that like crisis and stuff like that, and like they're China like what's it called, like the people in China just aren't really buying iPhones and stuff like that. That's why their stock and like other crazy stuff is dropping.
They're taking.
Yeah, but so like back to Netflix. Netflix, honestly, what I feel is like what they're doing is it's kind of like right now they're trying to combat Disney.
Right.
Because Disney started a streaming platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Netflix was like the pioneer, but like people are still gonna go to movies, and right now as you see like they have Avengers: Infinity War, like all these like movies that maybe came out like 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago. And how I think like Netflix is still gonna continuously keep growing, and Netflix, pay me, I'll send you an invoice, I love you, but I feel like why that's gonna keep growing is like a lot of people don't want to rent movies, right?
Right.
Why am I gonna rent a movie or buy a movie $14, $15, right? That I'm probably gonna watch once.
Mm-hmm.
Or like twice.
Right.
Or like I'm just gonna have it on a hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why would I pay like $15 for that?
Mm-hmm.
When I maybe like pay $11, $12 and I get like a whole database of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to watch the movie as many times as I want.
Mm-hmm.
So, and without like a 12-hour, like a 14-hour period or something, right? So I feel like the value of it is, and a lot of people I know are just like, just rewatch stuff. It's back to that like, oh, I'm bored.
Right.
Right? Like, how can you watch The Office like 17 times? Okay, it's a great TV show and all that.
Oh, it's easy, man. To get lost in the office, man.
Yeah, but it's like, what are you doing in your life at that point? Like, you're not progressing. Okay, cool. You memorize the Office script. Okay, go to your job. Tell them that you know that. Good. You're fired. Goodbye. I mean, you're not literally fired, but I mean, if you had like a strict enough boss and you like were just like an idiot and you kind of just recited Office quotes all the time instead of doing your job, then I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna lose your job. But then it's like you're just gonna retain all this unpertinent information that's not pertinent at all, right? Maybe it's pertinent to you because it's gonna like be applicable to your site, or like if you're like some Tinder Jackie who just sits there and just is like just some like sends a girl's Office quotes all the time. They're like, oh my god, I love you, and it's just like bro, what?
Right.
Is it, yeah, but it's like so this is it's like whatever.
What were you saying about the Netflix? You kind of.
Yeah, it's gonna grow. I mean, cause like I said, back to like price metrics. If you really think about it from like a business standpoint, it's gonna grow honestly. So, if you look at it, from like a naked eye, you see that like they have Infinity War, they have all these movies, they have Sandra Bullock, all this stuff, and like the one thing that I saw was a crazy metric, and one thing that like really drew attention to me, of like, oh, I realized Bird Box was like a Netflix movie, cause I don't really go on Netflix. I don't even have Netflix. So, because I just pirate everything very much. Don't arrest me, FBI. But, yeah, so, like, I saw it, like, on my Twitter feed, like, pop up, because, like, I do a lot of business on Twitter, or, like, I pay attention to articles and stuff like that. It said, like, it was, like, 85 million people in, like, 2 days watched the movie. That's insane. So, if you, like, do that math, and then you do to, like, movies, like you said, say 85 million, maybe, like 10% of that, like 8.5 million, are going to be at, the early, right? So, by the way, guys, if always, a lot of people always ask me how to save money. If you go before noon, you pay $6 to $7 for movie tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's called a matinee, which is like, in French, like the early bird special, essentially. So, what's the early showing? But, yeah, so, there's 10 people who make $6, $7, right?
Yeah.
Times 8.5 million. You can do the math. And then, if we do the rest of the 90%, is going to pay anywhere from 13 to like $18.
Right.
Because, maybe some people watch like Cinemax and like, that's $1 billion.
Right.
So you're doing the correct math, right? It's 10 times 85, and then you add the rest. It's over $1 billion.
Yeah, because they got to make up for this plateau of new users.
Yeah, but also they have to pay for all the rights and stuff. Like licensing rights for all those things that they have on Netflix, either it'd be anime, kid shows, movies, like documentaries, TV shows, or whatever it is, right? Like how like these what's it called? What are the Friends, right?
Yeah.
They make like I think like 7-8 million a year, just from Friends royalties.
Right.
And that's most definitely coming just from Netflix. Because a lot of people are just gonna rewatch that, and it's all this stuff that just like, it's like basic. It's basic business in my personal opinion. It's like, okay, you see a market, you have a huge huge like database of clients, and like even like I'm looking at you right past you right now. You have a House of Cards mug, dude.
Right.
Yeah, Netflix, boom, plugged.
Yeah.
An invoice coming your way, but yeah. See, like it's like all these little things that like they implant in your memory, right? That's what viral marketing does. And that's also what you do at Viral Dreams.
Plug.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a lot of plugs, but yeah, that's like one thing is like it's subtle marketing. It's gonna be like you're gonna be like, shit, I saw this before, or like, whoa, I know what this is, right? Because like a lot of people don't know who Sandra Bullock was, or like, god damn it, yeah, I saw a meme where like the little kids who still watch Bird Box because it was hype and they were like sheep movement towards it, they called Sandra Bullock Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was hella disrespectful.
That was disrespectful to our generation.
I know.
That's like, crazy. Damn, little 12-year-olds are playing too much Fortnite.
Exactly, dude.
Same thing with Fortnite, right? Like same thing. Why Ninja and all those top streamers are so hype is because one, they like implanted in their memory, and he like Ninja is like a super smart business guy, right? He he stopped cursing because he saw that his audience market is like kids, bro.
Yeah.
So like you don't.
Well, it's also easier to be universal throughout all markets if you don't curse, and then you also get better like deals, like
yeah. And like Amazon owns Twitch. That's why they do Amazon Prime.
Right.
And with those Amazon Primes, it's like $5 basically. It's like $5. Basically the generic sub to a Twitch stream is $5. And that's why a lot of people want to beat. But then the thing is, you only get $3.5 per sub, right? So if you're getting a $5 sub, you're only gonna get 3.5, so about 75%, things like that. So, people are like, oh yeah, give me Twitch sub and stuff like that, right? So this guy has like anywhere fluctuating from 70 to like 80, 90, maybe 100,000 at times. So at some months he's making like over 300, 400K just from this. But then also these guys make donations because it's not a charitable cause, but you can put it in your taxes.
Yeah.
If you want to be a dick, but Twitch streamer donations are not charitable causes. Do not tell your accountant that, or he will slap you. But or you'll probably just get a visit from the IRS. Snap thoughts, boom. Yeah, that's like one thing. It's like it's the same thing, right? They're implanting their memory. Like what Fortnite did is it's a free game.
Right.
Bro, it's not a free game if they're making over $300 million a month on like V-Bucks, which is like digital currency, and like skins, battle passes, and stuff like that. And they're doing these interseasonal things. The same thing when Call of Duty was super hype, right? You remember? I think it was like Call of Duty, like Black Ops, like 3 or 4 or something like that.
When they did the whatchamacallit,
like the skin packages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because it's microtransactions. Microtransaction is something huge, and that's something also we'll go into in the future. If, of course, because you're gonna build an app, and I'll teach you about microtransactions. Because I actually, I think it was about 18, 19. No, it was 17, 18. Yeah, 17, 19, 19. I bought a couple apps, and I learned from this guru, and I made like a couple $1,000 a month off it. But then also it's that thing. It was why I say I'm a jack of all trades, because I know all this stuff, right? And it's I'm just like this friggin' whale of info, and I want to share it with everyone. But and I love that you asked me that question because I'm just fucking going off. But I hope that you understand what I'm saying. It's all these subtle things, free to play, right? But then they get you on those microtransactions because you want those cool skins, right? Like the Skull Raider, right? I'm not gonna lie, I bought that shit because that shit was hype. But I was like, I just want it, dude. I was like, that's actually really cool. Cause I was like, and then I was like, I kind of stopped playing for it because I don't have the time. But I was like, do I come on some time to time to play and maybe grab some skins? Yeah, because it's it kind of puts you in that mentality. It's you don't, they're limited items, right?
Yeah.
It's like Yeezys. Bro, I love Yeezys. Kanye West, I'm gonna have you on here one day. I love you, bro. But, I'm excited for Kanye West going on Joe Rogan, honestly. Joe Rogan's a beast.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Yeezys are just synonymous with Kanye West and hypebeast. But the thing is,
a little bit going off crazy lately.
Yeah, but I love it, dude. I don't care.
You love it?
Dude, you have to be eccentric in this world. You cannot be this conformist fucking pig that everyone is just telling you what to do. Like, this dude just doing whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah, but
I mean, he should say off Twitter though.
Yeah, I mean,
he just it's don't pull a Kanye. But you know, like, if you have beef with someone, like, don't be afraid to talk to someone. Like, if I've had beef with you in the past and you're listening to this, bro, you know I came up straight to your fucking face, and I said what the fuck's up, and you probably backed down or like, you know, you apologize, you know, we talked it out or whatever, depending on how serious or however whatever you did or whatever I did and things like that. But you know, it's like, it's just what it is. You know, it's like Kanye with Yeezys, and then it's like it's whatever else. I lost my train of thought. We go ahead.
No, I did too, but shit. What were we talking about? Because we were talking about. What were we talking about? I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. But
something.
Yeah, we were talking about something. But it's 45 minutes. We just want to do a little introduction podcast. We're recording this on what's today? Thursday.
Yeah, the 3rd.
The 3rd. So
of January. 363 days to go to kill it. We're not counting this day done because it's 3:55 p.m. That means we still got a full day.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have a podcast every week, right?
Yeah, every week. It's gonna be released 5 a.m. on SoundCloud, and for right now, SoundCloud, as we're trying to fix the iTunes thing, because like iTunes Connect is a little bit of a hoe. So we're kind of like messing with that because, you know, they won't host it, so we gotta, like, I'm probably just gonna put it on my own server, and then we'll just go from there and things like that.
But this is the Viral Dream Pod. Scratch that. That's another plug. The Dream Podcast with Ale and Marquise Watson.
I love you guys. Have a great day. And I know all the people that are going to be listening to this, there's plenty more to come. And, you know, all the clients or whoever you are, like, if you know me from wherever in the world, don't be afraid to hit me up. I want you on here. It doesn't matter where you are, where you've been. You know, like, your opinion matters to me. So, do the world a favor. Share your experiences. Tell the people who you are. Expand your brand. Expand your network. Things like that, you know. I already have, like, 10, 15 guests lined up. You know, maybe we can get you in, like, you know, 2-3 months out, maybe, you know, in like Q2, quarter 2. You know, guys don't know that the year is split up into 4 quarters.